Welcome students. Today I'm going to talk about a small topic from the NEET biology, that is photorespiration. It is one of the important topic, a very small topic, but yet there are questions that you can expect. Let us see what are the key points for the introduction of this particular phenomena. It is also known as glycolate pathway. There are many other alternative names such as C2 cycle, photosynthetic carbon oxidation cycle, and peroxisomal respiration. So these were the alternative names that you must be noting it. The process usually occur when there is quite low amount of carbon dioxide and high amount of oxygen present in the environment. We need to remember certain conditions such as let us discuss the first condition, where if the temperature is high in the surrounding and the carbon dioxide to oxygen ratio is low, then the enzyme of Calvin cycle, that is Rubisco, will have affinity towards oxygen as compared to carbon dioxide, more affinity towards oxygen if temperature is high and carbon dioxide is to oxygen ratio is low. But opposite to it, if the temperature is low and the carbon dioxide in the environment is high, that is carbon dioxide is to oxygen ratio is high, then the Rubisco will favor towards carbon dioxide, that is the affinity towards carbon dioxide will increase. Okay, I hope till now it's quite clear. You should note these all points. What is the next thing that we should keep in mind? RUBP binds to the oxygen. Okay, RUBP binds to the oxygen, and this binding is done by Rubisco, which is present in chloroplast. But the problem is, if that happens, then there will be loss of energy, and also the sugar synthesis will be reduced, or there will be decrease in sugar synthesis. Why? Because the compound which is formed traps the carbon, and that carbon is lost, or in other words, it is not available for sugar synthesis. So that is why we say it reduces sugar synthesis. Suppose if I have to represent it diagrammatically, so I'm making here carbon dioxide, there is enzyme Rubisco, and on the right hand side I'm making oxygen. So if the carbon dioxide binds with Rubisco under the condition of low temperature and high carbon dioxide concentration, so RUBP and carbon dioxide will combinedly form sugars in the Calvin cycle. But this is not true for oxygen. If the temperature is high and the carbon dioxide is low, then it will enter into the photorespiration. So let's move on to a diagrammatic way how actually this happens. Suppose there is a leaf and all the stomata of the leaves are open. So what will happen? There will be exchange of gases. The carbon dioxide which is supposed to go in will go in, and the oxygen will be released in the atmosphere as a byproduct. Along with the oxygen, there will be water vapor as well, which is thrown out or which is removed from the body. This is how the normal transpiration and exchange of gases occur. But what will happen if these leaves start closing down stomata? Now why they will close stomata? Because they have to stop the loss of water which is happening due to transpiration, correct? So suppose this is closed stomata that I am making. Now because of this closure, what will happen? The oxygen which is supposed to go out will start accumulating inside itself. So automatically the oxygen concentration Okay, the oxygen concentration will increase as compared to carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is being utilized and no new carbon dioxide is entering, so oxygen amount will be increased. So oxygen is to carbon dioxide ratio increases. This is the trigger, this is the stimulating point where the plant will start photorespiration. It will start photorespiration. Now, Rubisco has higher affinity now for oxygen. But when the temperature is high. Altogether, if I want to summarize, is that during hot and arid condition, photorespiration is favored. Photorespiration can be said to steal the carbon and also it wastes energy. Okay, photorespiration is responsible to steal the carbon. Let us see how it does that. Photorespiration occurs in chloroplast in the same way how your Calvin cycle occurs. Let's see how. RuBp along with the oxygen in the presence of Rubisco, specially preferring or starting the oxygenase activity, showing the oxygenase activity, it gives two compound. The first compound is 3-PGA, phosphoglyceric acid, which is 3 carbon compound, and the another compound is called as phosphoglycolate, which is 2 carbon compound. So C2 cycle is the name given because of phosphoglycolate. This 3-PGA which was formed will be entering into the Calvin cycle as it is supposed to be, and then it will lead to sugar synthesis. So this 3-PGA will be utilized for making sugar. But the real problem occurs with phosphoglycolate. This phosphoglycolate, as it is 2 carbon compound, it is unable to enter into the Calvin cycle. And since if it is not entering into the Calvin cycle, that carbon which was fixed in glycolate, phosphoglycolate, is useless or it is lost by the plant. So that is the reason we say the reaction steals, that is photorespiration steals the carbon. Let's see. I'm going to represent this in a little elaborate manner. Suppose this is 6 RuBp, that is 6 molecules of RuBp, and the blue color circle represents the number of carbon, 5 carbon compound. Atmospheric oxygen is combined with this in the presence of Rubisco, and it will form 2 compounds, 6 molecules of 3-PGA and 6 molecule of phosphoglycerate. 3 carbon of 3-PGA and 2 carbon of phosphoglycolate. It's my mistake, it's phosphoglycolate. This phosphoglycolate will enter into the salvage pathway. It will enter into the salvage pathway where it will lose 3 carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, which is 25% of the carbon fixed in phosphoglycolate. And then later on remaining 75% will be converted into 3-PGA. So now above 6-PGA and below 3-PGA, altogether we get 9G3P. For regeneration we require almost 10 G3P, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. But here only 9 are there, so there is no sufficient number of carbon to regenerate RuBp. So that is the reason we say that carbon has been lost, carbon has been steal, and there is no sugar produced. So we are lost in both the things. The phosphoglycolate gets converted into glycolate in the peroxisome. So we are more focusing on what happens to phosphoglycolate. Phosphoglycolate is converted into glycolate, that is in the peroxisomes, and then further it is produced, it is used, or it is converted into glycine, serine, ammonia and the carbon dioxide. And in this conversion we do not get ATP and neither do we get NADH or NADPH, nothing we get. So this is my last representation that I'm going to show. It's kind of revision only and a visualization that how it is actually happening. So I'm going to make 3 organelles. First one, the green color, represents chloroplast. The middle white one represents peroxisome. And the last one represents mitochondria. So we will start with RUBP. What happens to RUBP? RUBP is combining with the atmospheric oxygen to produce phosphoglycolate. We are only focusing on the fate of phosphoglycolate. Now this phosphoglycolate is converted into glycolate. Obviously that means phosphorus has been removed, so PI, inorganic phosphate, has been removed. Now this glycolate will have an entry in the peroxisome where hydrogen peroxide will combine. Hydrogen peroxide will be combining and it will produce glycine. This glycine will then enter into the mitochondria where it will produce ammonia, it will release carbon dioxide, and in the presence of NAD plus, or you can say that NAD plus will be reduced, leading to the conversion of glycine into serine. So serine will be formed. This serine will again re-enter into the peroxisome where it will be converted into hydroxypyruvate. It will be converted into an intermediate called as hydroxypyruvate. This hydroxypyruvate will in turn be converted into glycerate, or you can also call it as glyceric acid. And that NADH which was created, it will be utilized over here. So net NADH is not created only. This glycerate will then enter into the chloroplast where phosphorylation will take place. That is, ATP will be involved, giving a phosphate group and converting that glycerate into PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. And that phosphoglyceric acid will enter into RUBP. That is Calvin cycle along with RUBP. This is how photorespiration happens. We have lost carbon dioxide in mitochondria itself. I hope you understood the concept. Thank you for watching. See you with new concept.